Physiology. This is Lisa bringing you a barre class today. So what you're going to need today is actually, if you've got like a bath towel, we're going to use it like in various ways. So a bath towel probably that you don't really care much about. And then if you do have a set of light weights, that'd be great. These are 3s. I'd go anywhere from like 1 to 4 or 5 max. Or if you don't have weights, you can use soup cans, water bottles, or nothing at all. There's not a whole ton with the weights today. Yeah, and then additionally a chair if you've got one. All right. And I'll try to demonstrate actually without the chair to show you if you don't have a chair. You are going to take your bath towel. You'll kind of fold it up nicely here to start. So a small little towel standing on the towel here. Right foot on the towel. We're going to give a little bend at that left knee as we slide that towel forward, engaging the quad on the left side. So reach and center. Reaching your arms up overhead. So from the side, it's just like a little baby squat on that left leg. 4 more. It's 4. 3, and then we're going to go to the side with a lateral shoulder raise to the side. So like a little semi-squat, bringing that right leg out to the side, sitting into that left, feeling that right inner thigh, keeping your chest up, feeling that left quad. For another 5, reach those arms right up to shoulder height. 2 more, breathing. Last one. Now you're going to stand on that towel and take that towel, slide it behind you as you reach the arms up overhead. So just like a little baby lunge, but you're keeping that right leg straight. Reach. Good. 5 more. 5, 4, 3. Then we're going to put it all together. 2, 1. Now we go front, side, back, front, side, just that little bend in that left leg, sitting into the glute slightly, front, side, back. 2 more here, breathing, warming up. Last one, and then we'll go to the other side. And back, good. So slide that towel over to your left foot, right? We're gonna be working that right quad now. So sliding that towel forward as you slightly sit into that right leg, reach and center, reach and center. So once again, this is what it looks like kind of from the side, just so you can see, keep that core engaged, reaching those arms up overhead. We got this for 5. 4 more, just warming up. 3. After 2, we'll go to the side with a lateral raise. Last one. Now, lateral raise, center, side, lateral raise. So you're working a little bit of that left inner thigh. You're still sitting into that right leg just like you were before. Breathe, sitting into that glute and hip slightly. 5. And then we'll go back and then we'll put it all together. 3, 2. Last one. Now slide that towel behind you as you keep that left leg straight, doing so, sitting into that right leg. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2 more. Last one. Put it all together. We go front, side, back. Good. So that left leg is staying fairly straight the whole time. Front, side, and then you're sitting into that right leg. Front, side. 2 more. Here we go. Front, side, lateral raise. Last round. Front, side, and back. Good, so just kind of setting that towel over to the side for a second. You are going to pick up your weights if you have them. So we're gonna do a second position. So that's heels in, toes out, head, shoulders, hips, all in a straight line. Core is nice and engaged here. Palms facing the floor. We're gonna raise the weights to shoulder height as we come down into that second position, okay? Get ready. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Raise and lower, lift. Inner thighs face towards the center of the room. Head, shoulders, and hips are all in a straight line here. 8, 7, 6, you got it. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, low, we go down an inch, pulse it low, good. Working inner thighs, working quads, stay with me for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lateral raises, lift and lower, good. Lift and lower, lateral raise. 8 more, come on, right up to shoulder height, 8, 7, 6, keep the shoulders over hips, 5, try not to stick your butt back, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold out to the side, hold low, lift an inch, pulse. Stay low in that plie. For another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, good. So hinging forward at the hips, tricep kickbacks. So hinge forward at the hips, core is engaged, belly button in towards the spine, pinkies face the ceiling, elbows are high. We're gonna squeeze the triceps here. Lift, lower, squeeze, kickbacks. Keep those elbows nice and high. Squeeze the triceps when the pinky comes to the top there. 8 more like this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it high, just a little bend and extend at the elbows. Little baby tricep pulses, pulse. That's just a teensy bend and extend, pulse, good. We got this for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold high, arms are straight. Pinkies to the ceiling, pulse. Pulsing at the tippity top of that move, keeping the hands and elbows nice and high back behind you. Ears in line with the shoulders, relax the neck. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Refresh. Nice, okay. So now, our palms are gonna stay facing the ceiling the whole time. And we're just gonna do tricep kickbacks with our palms facing the ceiling the whole time, okay? Palms face behind you. 3, 2, let's go. It's press. Good. Woo! Alternation on these kickbacks here. Palms facing the ceiling the whole time. Shoulders out of the ears, relax the neck. 8 more, it's 8, 7, oh boy, 6, feeling it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the weights come into the side, elbows face the ceiling, we go out and in, okay? Let's go. Press, out and in. Okay? Elbows stay high. We got this. 8, 7, 6, 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out. Lift an inch. Relax the shoulders out of the ears. Palms facing the ceiling. You're kind of out to the side here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Got a little bit of those shoulders too, I think. Cool. All right, so you're going to now take your towel and you're just gonna kind of fold it or roll it to where it's gonna be like so, something that you can just grab onto. So we're gonna come out to a second position. We're gonna bring that towel up overhead. You're gonna have tension on the towel here. So my hands are wider than my shoulders. I'm pulling apart the towel. The towel is slightly behind me to engage that upper back as well as the shoulders, okay? So keeping that tension pulling out on the towel, we're gonna plie, plie, good. So you're keeping that tension there. The shoulders are working, the upper back is working, holding that towel up overhead. Head, shoulders, hips, all in a straight line. The towel's just slightly behind your head. Get low in that plie. We got it for 8. Whew, I feel those shoulders. 7, 6, 5 more. 4 more, stay with me. 3, 2, and 1. Now as we come down, we're gonna squeeze the upper back, squeezing the shoulder blades together as you bring that towel back behind you, okay? Let's do it. It's squeeze and press. So you're keeping that slight tension on that towel. So as you come down into that plie, you're engaging the upper back. For another 8, 7, 6, squeeze those shoulder blades together. You got this. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold low, squeeze an inch, squeeze an inch. So you're just squeezing those shoulder blades together. Pulse, pulse. Holding low in the plie, working the upper back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, roll those shoulders back and forward. All right, now you're gonna undo that towel there. You are going to step your feet on the towel, grab onto the edges of the towel, nice and tight here. So when you have, your elbows are gonna be slightly in front of your ribs, shoulders over hips, slight bend at the knees, core is engaged. So when you have this towel out in front of you, where from your elbow to your wrist, it's a straight line, and you have tension on the towel. We're gonna be doing some bicep curls here. Okay, so first we're gonna start, and you're just gonna pull up on that towel, holding the tension here. Okay, so it's an isometric move. Your feet are holding this towel down. We're in it. All right, so you're with me here. We're holding this isometric tension. Trying to show you from the side. So squeeze, squeeze. Elbows slightly out to the front of the ribs. Just holding and squeezing. Hold, hold, hold. Stay here. Should be shaking a little perhaps. Hold, hold, hold for another 8, 7, 6, 5. Make sure you got good tension on that towel. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now from here, we're gonna bring the palms in towards each other and then pull that towel apart. So keeping your elbows slightly to the front of the ribs, holding that isometric bicep. So weights or hands come in towards one another. Then you try to pull that towel apart, engaging into the shoulders. Pull that towel apart. So you're still pulling up on the towel, and then as you open, as well as pulling up on that towel, you're also pulling out. If you are not feeling this, try to curl a little bit more on that bicep. Try to pull up that towel harder, but keep the shoulders below the ears, so let this come from your biceps. Don't let it come from your shoulders and traps. They are stabilizing you, but we want to really work those biceps here. In and out. We can do this for another 5, 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Hold out here. Pulse an inch, pulse an inch. So you're just squeezing up a little inch, a little bit more. It's probably, you can't really see it much when I'm pulling up on that towel, and then just slightly releasing, but still keeping the tension. I never let go of that tension. Pulse, pulse. Biceps should feel toasty, I know mine do. You're squeezing that towel too, so your forearms and your hands might feel this too. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, shake it out. Very nice. All right, so rolling up that towel again. All right, so we're gonna come into a first position. So that means heels in, toes out. Your arms are gonna be up overhead. Once again, like you did earlier, slightly back behind you, pulling that towel apart, okay? So heels down to start. Head, shoulders, hips are all in a straight line when we come down into that plie, okay? Get ready, so it's plie, releve, straighten, lower the heels. Plie, releve, straighten, and lower. You're pulling that towel apart, engaging the upper back. Plie, releve, straighten, lower. So plie, heels lift, straighten, lower. A little balance challenge there as you lift the heels. Plie, releve, straighten, lower. Come on, keep pulling that towel apart. Plie, releve, straighten, lower. 2 more, plie, releve. Keep that tension on the towel. My shoulders are shaking. Now it's gonna be releve, plie, heels, straighten. Releve, plie, heels, straighten. So we just kind of reversed it. Releve, plie, heels down, straighten. You're still pulling that towel apart, guys. Towel is slightly behind you. Releve, plie, heels, straighten. Trying not to sit your butt back, keeping your core engaged. Releve, plie, heels, straighten. You got this. Keep that towel pulling apart. Should be shaking. 2 more. Plie, heels, straighten. Last one. Releve, plie, heels, and straighten. Whew. Good. Roll the shoulders back a few times and forwards a few times. Bring one arm out in front. Shoulder stretch. And then switch sides. Awesome. All right, so grab a sip of water real quick if you need it, and then we're gonna keep the towel and we're gonna do a little parallel position. If you have a chair, go ahead and grab it, or if you got a wall, whatever you can use, okay? All right, awesome. Okay, so I'm actually gonna grab this chair so I don't lose my balance while I'm doing it. Okay, so you've got that towel. Fold it. And then, so I've got it folded like so, and then I'm just gonna roll it up. All right, so I've got that towel rolled now. I'm gonna place that towel between my inner thighs here, okay? So we're gonna use it like something to squeeze. If you wanna fold it up even more, go for it. Yeah, that's gonna be challenging. I'm gonna do that. All right, so head, shoulders, and hips are all in a straight line here. That towel is a few inches above your knees. We're gonna be squeezing that towel as we do this parallel position stuff. So head, shoulders, hips are all in a straight line. Core is engaged, belly button towards your spine, okay? Your forearms distance from the bar here. So we're just holding that towel there. It's a little inner thigh engagement, but from here we're just gonna go down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch. Good. So your knees never unbend. You keep that little slight bend there so that way your quads stay engaged. If you let go of the bar, you're balanced, or the chair. So you can technically do this without anything to balance, but it's kind of nice to have it. Down an inch, up an inch. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're gonna lower down a little, you're gonna hold, you're gonna squeeze the knees together, squeezing the towel. So it's squeeze, release, squeeze, release. You're working your inner thigh, look at that. Squeeze, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Stay with me here. Squeezing that inner thigh. We got it for another 8, 7, 6, 5 more, 4 more, 3, 2, 1. Now you're gonna hold the squeeze. We're gonna go down an inch, holding that squeeze. Hold. Squeeze those inner thighs together with all your might, working quads, working inner thighs, down an inch, pulse. Keep that releve there. Heels are lifted, hips are straight over your heels, down an inch. Hold that squeeze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold here. Hold the squeeze with all of your might. Squeeze that inner thighs. Try to make the knees touch, but they're not gonna be able to because you got the towel there. Quads are engaged. Whoo, baby. Hold for 8, 7. Squeeze the knees harder. 5, 4. Work that inner thigh. 2, 1. Hold here. We're gonna squeeze, hold, release. Squeeze, hold, release. Good. Squeeze, hold, release. Squeeze, release. You're holding that squeeze. Hold, release. Hold, release. Hold, release. Good. Working that inner thigh. Release. Hold, squeeze, release. We got it. Hold, squeeze. 4 more. Hold, squeeze, release. Quads might be feeling this too. 2 more. Feeling the inner thigh. Release. Last one. Hold, release. Once again, holding the squeeze. Down an inch. You're holding that squeeze. Inner thighs working, quads working. We can get there. Your calves might feel this too. Core is engaged, finding that balance. Breathe. It should feel rough. Shaking's normal here. Down an inch. Hold the squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And then we're just gonna hold. 2 and 1. Just hold that squeeze. Hold in that parallel position. Quads working, inner thighs working. Hold. Shaking. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Goodness, okay. You keep that towel ball up, because we're gonna come down onto the floor and use it. Give yourself a quad stretch, opposite foot to opposite hand. Stretch that quadricep. And then switch sides. Woo, baby, nice work. All right, then you're just gonna kind of lean into your chair or your wall and press one leg back behind you, pressing that heel into the floor, just stretching out the calf muscle from some of that releve work we just did. Switch sides. Breathe. Good. All right. You can move that chair aside. We're gonna come on down to the mat. Oh, goodness gracious, with your towel. Okay. So take that towel, and just like you did, you're gonna put it, whether you wanna like really ball it up or not, that's fine. You're gonna put it right up like 3 to 4 fingertips above your knees, laying on down, palms into the floor here. You should be able to like come close to tickling the backs of your feet or your ankles. Palms into the floor, and from here, we're just gonna lift and lower to start. You're gonna keep a slight tension on the towel, but then we're gonna add on. Lift those hips as high as you can to feel the glutes. If you find you're feeling way more hamstring than glutes, scoot your butt down towards your feet, okay? Get ready, lift and lower. Lift, squeeze, lower. Squeezing the glutes. Get the hips as high as you can, squeeze the glutes. Breathing, exhale as you lift. You got this. Give me 8 more. Work those glutes. Work the inner thighs. As you're holding that towel there, your inner thigh will squeeze a little. 6, 5, and then we'll add on a squeeze after 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we lift, squeeze, neutral, lower. Good. Lift, squeeze the towel, neutral, lower. Hips are high, squeeze, release, lower. You got this. Lift, squeeze, release, and lower. Make sure you're getting those hips nice and high to squeeze the glutes. Lift, squeeze, release. Each time with that squeeze, you're getting the inner thigh. So you're nice and high. 8 more. When you get that squeeze, you're nice and high. 7 more. Lift, squeeze. Come on, feeling the glutes. You should feel them by now. Give me 6 more. Lift, Squeeze the towel, release, and lower. 5 more, hips high. 4 more, lift, squeeze, release. So your inner thighs are a little tired already from some of that parallel position work we did. 3 more. Remember, really still squeeze that towel with all your might. Work the inner thighs. 2 more. Last one, then we're gonna stay up here. Lift, squeeze, release, just a brief lower. Now we're gonna come back up. You're gonna hold nice and high. Hips are high, glutes are squeezed. Squeeze the towel, release, squeeze. So your hips stay nice and high, your glutes are, oh my goodness, your glutes are working the whole time. Each time you squeeze, you're feeling the inner thigh. Squeeze, squeeze. Keep those hips high, don't let them fall down. Breathing. Squeeze. 8 more, squeeze. 7, come on, hips are high, feel that inner thigh, I feel mine. 6, squeeze with all your might. 5, try to make those knees touch almost. 4, mine aren't touching, but I'm trying. 3, 2, 1. Now you're gonna hold that squeeze at the inner thigh. Lift an inch from the hips. So you're pulsing the glutes and inner thighs. It should feel like it's on fire. Pulse, pulse, good. Pulse it high, pulse it high. Stay with me here, we got this. 4, 10, 9, 8. Then we'll end with an isometric hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips are nice and high, squeezing those glutes. Squeeze the inner thighs together. You are just holding the hips high, glutes squeezing, inner thighs squeezing. Stay here with all your might for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, baby. That's fun. All right, so now you're going to unroll that towel. We're gonna work into some upper back and a little bit more glutes. Lots of glutes today. All right. So take that towel, just kind of roll it up. We're gonna do a Superman with towel tension. So like we did before, you're gonna be like pulling that towel apart. So your hands are gonna be a little bit wider than your shoulders, okay? So you're gonna be on your belly. You're looking down towards your mat. We're gonna lift the chest and thighs up off the floor as you like slightly pull that towel apart, working into the upper back a little bit in the shoulders, okay? So keeping that little slight tension there, lifting chest and thighs off the floor. 3, 2, 1, let's go. It's lift, hold, lower, lift, hold, lower. Shaking's normal. If you feel you need to pull your hands a little further apart, making yourself more room on the towel, go ahead and do that. So, but keep just a little tension. It's not an insane tension on the towel. It's a slight tension. Lift and lower, making sure you're breathing. Lift and lower, good. Trying to like lift those thighs up off the mat. Lift, so feeling low back and a little bit of glute, yeah? Give me 8 more. Lift, hold, and lower. 7 more. Lift, hold, and lower. We got this. 6 more. Lift, hold. 5 more. Almost there, guys. Shaking's normal. 4 more. Feeling that back and glutes and shoulders. 3 more. Keeping that tension on the towel. Lift, hold. 2 more. Those shoulder blades are slightly squeezing together. Last one. Lift, hold, and squeeze, lower, sorry. Coming into child's pose. Oh. All right, so feet together, knees wide. Reach your arms out in front of you. Almost there. Just do some abs and then we shall be all done. All right, so you're gonna take that towel again. I know I like have you doing origami with this towel. So you're gonna fold it up real nice. Nice and small, folding it, or you can roll it, whatever works for you. Okay, so we're gonna come into a plank, okay? So what we're gonna do in this plank, so you're up in your plank. So you have, I've got my left arm on the mat, on the towel. We're gonna bring it out in front of us, back to neutral, over to the other side, and then same thing, just alternating sides. Modification, you can do all of that on your knees, but if you're in a high plank, so your butt's not up to the ceiling, your hips aren't sinking down, upper back is engaged a little too, so those shoulder blades, that scapula is engaged. Okay? squeezing the low core. So starting with our left hand on the towel, get ready to get into plank, and let's go. So slide the towel out, in, other side, right hand up, out, in, other side, left hand on, okay? So you're shifting your weight a bit here. Right hand on, out, in, slide, left hand on, out. Trying to keep those hips as even to the floor as you can. Right hand on, out, in, slide, left hand on, out, in, slide, right hand on. Good, keeping this alternating, shifting, side to side, left, out, in, slide, right hand on, out, in. Come on, keep that core engaged, trying to keep those hips as even to the floor as you can, guys. I know, shoulders over wrists, as much as you can. Out, in, slide, last round here. Out, in, slide over to the right, this is it. Out, in, slide, and child's pose. Good, all right. So now we're gonna come to some knee tucks. So you might wanna kind of either fold your mat or get it out of the way because you need room to slide. So I'm gonna be in a plank and I am gonna have both of my feet on this towel, okay? Starfish fingers nice and far apart to kind of disperse some of that weight. Shoulders over your wrists. If you need to come to your elbows for this, technically you can, but if you can stay in high plank, please do. So shoulder blades, upper back is engaged, scapular engagement here, shoulders over wrists. All right, so from here we're just gonna drive knees to chest, neutral, knees to chest, neutral. Good, exhale as you bring those knees into the chest, working that core. Woo, you got it, knees to chest and back. Hopefully you've got a slidey floor. If you're on carpet, you could use paper plates for the sliding stuff. Sorry, I should have told you that at the beginning. 8. So yeah, if you're on carpet, you can grab paper plates and do the same thing as gliders. 6. 5 more. 4 more. 3. 2 more. Last one, then we'll rest. Good, little brief rest. All right, so if that felt good and challenging to you, you can stay with that. You can always at any point just hold a regular plank or hold a knee plank. Totally cool too. This next one's gonna be a pike, so it's a little bit more advanced. So you have to be, or actually you can be on your elbows too, but on your hands if you can. Legs are glued together. Your hips are gonna come up to the ceiling, legs staying straight, low belly engages. Back to neutral. When you come back to neutral, make sure you're neutral and not letting your hips sink down, okay? So we're gonna aim for 12 of these if you can. You can stay with knee tucks if you need to as well. 3, 2, 1, let's go. It's 12. 11, come on, hips to the ceiling, engaging that low core. 9, woo, that's rough. 8, you got this. 7 more, stay with me. 6, 5 more. 4, come on, use that low belly. 3, woo. 2 more, towel sticking to the floor. Last one, hips up to the ceiling. And rest. All right, so now hands or elbows, your call. We're gonna do an oblique squeeze. So you're gonna keep both feet on the towel and you're gonna drive your knees over to one elbow and then over to the other. So it's gonna look like so. If that's too much with both feet on the towel, you can do half on one side with one foot on the towel, driving that knee towards that same elbow, and then the other half on the other, okay? We're gonna do 8 aside, right? So get ready. I feel like I'm sticking to the floor here. Let me try to fix this. It's harder than it needs to be. Okay, that's better. All right, so both feet on the towel. alternating sides, okay? If you're doing the both knees. If you're doing the single knee, just give me 8 aside. In 3, 2, let's go. So knees to the right, neutral, knees to the left, neutral. Get them up as high as you can towards that elbow. It's not gonna be perfect, okay? Left knee, good. Right, left. 4 more sets, right, left. 3 more sets, right. Woo, feeling that oblique, left. 2 more sets, woo, this is hard, right, left. Last one, over to the right, over to the left, and child's pose. Whoa. All right, so getting rid of that towel, last move of the day, side planks. So in your side plank, you have the option, you can be low plank on the elbow, you can be high plank up on the hand. I'm gonna go down to elbow because all of that was just on the wrist that we did, so. All right, so just for the sake of sides, I'm on my left side. Left shoulder is right over that right elbow, or if you're on your hand, left shoulder over the right hand. Feet are stacked or split stance. Hips are facing straight forward. Modification, bottom knee's bent. Okay, hips are nice and lifted. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take that top leg and we're just gonna lift and lower, okay? Finding that balance, energy through the foot, toes pointed, okay? That's what it looks like as a modification. We're gonna go for 16 reps, aside, and that's it. 3, 2, let's go. It's lift and lower, lift and lower, good. Keeping those hips stacked over each other. Whew, breathing, shoulder over wrist. Lift and lower, lift. Good, try not to, I just noticed my hips were opening, hips straight facing forward for 8, 7, almost there, 6, 5 more, come on, keep that hip lifted, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Switching sides, last bit guys, this is it. Shoulder over elbow, lift and lower that top leg, hips evenly face forward. We can do this, all right? Let's go. Lift and lower. Come on. Last little bit, don't let that bottom hip sink down to the floor. Keep that oblique engaged. So you are, whatever oblique is facing the floor, that's the side of your core, that's what you're working. You'll feel a little bit of hip on that top leg that's lifting too. Breathing. Just give me 8 more, come on. This is it for 8. If you need to drop down to that bottom knee, that's cool too. 7, 6, 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. 1, nice. Whew, come to a child's pose. So that's feet together, knees wide. Reach your arms out in front of you. Forehead into the mat, take a couple of deep breaths. Nice inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, reaching those arms out in front of you. Good, then come up onto all fours, hands and knees. Back rounds up like a Halloween cat. And then cow, chin, chest, tailbone to ceiling. So it's cat and cow. Good, shoulders over wrists. Just feeling a stretch through the back of your cat, and then stretch through the front of your abs, your core there in the cow. 1 more, and then we'll come to down dog. Good, tuck those toes under, up to down dog, hips up towards the ceiling. Heels hovering towards the mat. It's like you're pulling the mat together with your hands and your feet there. And then just bend the left knee as you lightly press that right heel in towards the mat. And hold, stretching that calf, and then switch sides. Breathe in. Good. Now both heels down towards the mat. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Bring your feet nice and wide. Bring your chest down towards the floor. You can reach your hands in between your legs or just have them out in front, trying to bring your chest as low in towards the floor as you can, like in between the legs. Feet are wide, feeling glutes and hamstrings stretching here. Very nice. Now from here, lift that chest up slightly. You're gonna bend the left knee, straighten the right. Inner thigh on that right side is gonna press down towards the floor, stretching that right inner thigh. So get nice and deep into that. We did a ton of inner thigh work today with the squeezing of that towel and stuff. And switch sides. Breathe, beautiful. You guys did awesome. Couldn't see you, but I know you did awesome. Back to center, heel toe the feet in. Slowly roll up, head's the last thing to come up. Give yourself a quad stretch, opposite foot to opposite hand. Press that foot into the hand and bring that knee and hip back slightly, stretching the front of the thighs, the quadricep. And switch sides, balance on your chair or something if you need to. Very good. Now upper body stretch, one arm out in front, shoulders stretch. Just lightly pressing on that forearm there, and switch sides. Good. Interlace the fingers, press the palms out in front of you, pull those shoulder blades together, stretching that upper back. It's like a little turtle shell here. And then you're gonna clasp your hands back behind you, palms face towards your back, then open up that chest. Lifting those arms up behind you slightly. Everyone's gonna have different range there. Just stretching the front of the chest into the shoulders. And then tricep stretch. Just lightly pressing on that one elbow. Stretching the triceps. Switch sides. And release. Awesome job, you guys. Thank you so much for trying this out today. And I hope to see you all next time. Good work.